I'll show you 3 methods to implement Google Ads conversion tracking on any website. The first option is using the Codeless option that Google Ads have recently introduced. So inside the Google Ads account, head to Goals and then click on Create Conversion Action. Select Conversion on a Website option. And by the way, this option might seem a bit different on your Google Ads account, but the steps would be pretty much similar. So add in your website URL. If you have a Google tag implemented on your website, you shouldn't be seeing any issues. Otherwise, you'd need to implement your Google tag. But for now, I'll just skip this step. Select Purchase, select Setup, create a codeless event, make sure that you have the page load option selected, and change this to your contains. And by the way, this is the trigger. This is when Google Ads will fire a conversion or fire the purchase event when this condition is met. So for us, we need to have something that is unique when the user places a purchase on our website that does not appear in anywhere else. So for my case, I'm using Shopify, and whenever a user places an order on my website, these users are redirected to a page that contains this keyword, which is thank you, exactly like this. So for my case, it makes pretty much sense to use that instead of any other URL, as this URL appears for only one time for the user, and if the user decided to refresh the page, they will get redirected to another page, not with the thank you page. Select Use Event. So you need basically to make sure that you're using a page URL where you have a unique keyword that appears in the URL. Otherwise, you can just select another condition. So for example, you can change the URL contains to URL starts with or URL is if you have a static page URL that appears when the user places an order. Click Save and Continue. The second method is using Google Tag Manager to set up the conversion tracking, which is the method that I highly recommend. So in the same section, click Create Conversion Action, Conversion on a website, and we have the website URL already added, so let's hit Continue. Select the Purchase, click Setup. This time we will create a manual event. Let's name our event, so I'm gonna name it Purchase Google Tag Manager. Use event, save and continue. To set up this conversion, we'll need to use this option over here, which is use Google Tag Manager. Once you click on this tab, you'll be prompted with 2 things. So the conversion ID, which is this value, and conversion label. And mind that each conversion that you create within your Google Ads account will have a unique conversion label, but all the Google Ads conversions will share the same conversion ID if they are created within the same account. So let's copy these 2 values and head to our Google Tag Manager container. Within your Google Tag Manager container, head to Tags and then click New, click on Tag Configuration, and look for the Google Ads conversion tracking tag, which is this one. And basically, you'd need to fill out all of these details. So the tag, the conversion ID that we have just copied, and the conversion label, you'd need to go to this section and paste the values over here. And then you'd also make sure to have a proper trigger for the conversion. You can create a similar trigger like the one we just mentioned in the previous method, which is page URL. So click New, Page View, some page view, then add page path, contains thank you, hit save. But for my case, I would not actually save this tag, as I have another method which I highly recommend as well, which is using a dataLayer event. So let's go back and check a Google Ads conversion tag that I already have set up in place. So the trigger option that I'm using right here is a dataLayer event, which is basically a dataLayer that I have configured for my Shopify store, where it fires only when users places a purchase, and I'm using it as a trigger as well. This ensures that purchases are fired for only one time. You can, of course, use the other method that I have just shared, which is landing page URL contains thank you, but I always prefer to use dataLayer events. Also, you'd notice that I have added a conversion ID, but this is for another conversion that I have on my website. And also I have a conversion label. Additionally, I have added conversion value, transaction ID, and currency code. I have added variables that dynamically pulls these values from the user purchase. So for example, this value will contain the dynamic value of each purchase placed from each user, and the dynamic transaction ID, the currency code. But of course, I have here a dummy variable, which is email, so don't mind this one. And additionally, I have the enhanced conversion variable, which is really important to set up and configure as well. If you click on this eye icon over here, you would find that it is actually several information that Google Ads require to be sent with the order that improve measurement and get more insights with data. If you'd like to know how to create data layer events for your website, whatever the technology that you're using, please make sure to check out the video that I have included in the description that shows you how to use ChatGPT in creating data layer events. With this video, you get the prompts that I used to create an entire data layer event structure for my Shopify website that contained all of these details. And make sure to stick around to the end of the video, as I have a surprise for Shopify website owners. The third option is using a native integration. Any platform like Shopify or WordPress or others will have a native integration that automatically configure the Google Ads conversion tracking on your website without any manual input. I don't honestly recommend going with that solution, as it's not configured by your business by yourself, and it is hard to maintain, but it is really helpful for small businesses that are just getting started, as it doesn't require any technical background, it doesn't consume any time, and it works automatically. Since you have watched the whole thing, I have a surprise for you. So in the video description, you'll find a video link where I have explained how to use ChatGPT to create data layer events for Shopify website that supports enhanced conversion and will have the purchase data layer and many data layer events for your Shopify store, and the exact prompts that I use to create these data layer events, so you can use it to generate other data layer events for WordPress websites or Magento websites or any other websites. And also in the video description, you will find a custom pixel code for Shopify that supports the enhanced conversion tracking, and also all the data layer events that I have mentioned, so you can copy it and use it directly on your website without any manual input. That's it. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions regarding Google Ads conversion tracking or any other topics that are related to web analytics, please drop them in the comment section, as I always make sure to get back to each and every comment that is posted on my videos. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you can share the video, and subscribe to my channel. This was Ahmed, and see you in the next video.